Once you try this granola recipe, you are never gonna make granola any other way again, and you're definitely never gonna buy it at the grocery store. Hi, I'm Jill from GrownupDish, and today I'm gonna show you how to make one of the very first recipes I ever posted on GrownupDish.com. It is a nutty granola, and it is something that I have in my pantry 100% of the time. I'm gonna show you how I kind of batch make it, and this granola recipe is heavy on the nuts, lighter on the oats because I want it to be heavy on protein, and then I just use a little bit of it. The first ingredient, because it's granola, are oats. You can use any kind of oats you want, just don't use the quick cooking oats. Then I'm gonna add some sliced almonds. And I literally do this, and I go, does that look like enough almonds? Nope, it doesn't. I've got another bag here, and whatever I don't use, I'll just seal up and put in the freezer. Pistachios, roasted sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds. I always add some of this unsweetened flaked coconut. If you don't like coconut, don't put it in. Give it another mix. I also have some of these pecan pieces, so I'm gonna throw some of those in there too. Here we go. So it's heavy on the nuts. Throw it in my freezer, and it'll last until I'm ready to make my next batch. I've got about this much left in the bowl. I'm melting about a cup of coconut oil till it's dissolved. Add some maple syrup. You can also use honey. I always say you measure vanilla with your heart. Let's call it a tablespoon. I always add cinnamon, maybe a little bit of nutmeg, and if I have a little pumpkin pie spice, I'll throw that in as well. I'm gonna mix it until the coconut oil is dissolved. It does not need to boil or reduce down. I'm gonna pour in most, but not all of this liquid. Then give it a stir and decide if I need to add the rest of it. Every piece needs to be coated. A sheet pan with parchment paper, dump it on there. That was actually the right amount of liquid. I ended up just using it all. Much of an even layer as I can, and then I'm gonna pop it in the oven for 15 minutes, and I'm gonna check it. And usually I give it a stir because you want it to just kind of start putting itself into clumps. 350 oven. It has been in for 15 minutes. Give it a little stir. See, when you pull it away from the parchment paper, it looks a little wet. So you want it to be a little drier. I'm gonna let it go about another 10 minutes. Okay, the timer just went off and it is finished. What I usually do at this point is just shut the oven off and crack the oven door like this. And I just leave it in here. And that just makes sure it gets completely dried out. You want it to be a little bit clumpy and stick together. And you just leave it in there until it's completely cool. Aside from shoving warm handfuls of granola into my mouth the minute it comes out of the oven, I like to use it to top yogurt with fruit. Follow for more.